Hey guys, and welcome back. Well, Aretha Franklin's family has slammed the documentary Genius Aretha Franklin for its portrayal of the singer's father, C.L. Franklin. And they say they didn't sign off on it. Well, now you remember before the movie came out, the Franklin family, actually her children, told us not to watch it. Said if you were a fan of Aretha Franklin's, do not watch Genius Aretha Franklin because they didn't ask us about her and her life, and they actually based the story on words of other people instead of the sons. Well, they wanted us to boycott it, but I watched it and I thought it was great. I mean, everybody knows the story of C.L. Franklin, the Reverend C.L. Franklin. And what they touched on about C.L. Franklin it wasn't nothing compared to how he lived. I mean, look, he was a preacher that had a sex circus. Ray Charles was once asked about C.L. Franklin, and he traveled with them on the Chitlin circuit at the time. That's when blacks could only go to different venues to perform. And Ray Charles was on the Chitlin circuit with them, so he traveled with them. And he said, guys, if y'all think I'm wild, I'm nothing compared to C.L. Franklin. He said that in the church on Saturday night, they would party and had what he called a sex circus, where they all had orgies. C.L. Franklin loved young girls, and Ray Charles, he said that they would have orgies in the church and they would smoke marijuana and drink until the early morning, and then they would get ready for Sunday school. So then they would still have a high on during Sunday school, and then on to 11 o'clock worship, where they danced in the aisles, and they still high from Saturday night. So there's many recollections about Reverend C.L. Franklin, and one is about his appetite for young girls. I mean, that is one of the reasons why Aretha Franklin's mother left him, because when they were in Memphis, he got a 12-year-old girl pregnant, and they had to flee from that church, and that's when they went to Detroit, which the mother left him. She took her other son, Aretha's brother, from a previous marriage. He let her take him, but would not let him take Aretha and her sister and her other brother. It's a known fact that she wanted to take him, but he would not let her. And then when she got to working and was able to get her children, she had a heart attack, died. C.L. Franklin did not even attend the funeral. Yeah. In the movie, in the docudrama, they portrayed, I think they just had him as overbearing. They had him, he did get a DUI and had a young girl in the car. I mean, like I said, they didn't put anything about the sex circus in the movie. They didn't put anything about his child, which that child that he had from the 12-year-old, her name was Franklin. They put her name as Carleen Franklin. And she also attended, Aretha and her family considered her their sister. It wasn't no outside, wasn't no, oh, she's not our sister. No, I mean, she was, her last name was Franklin, and she attended Aretha's funeral, and she died the following next year after Aretha's death. And on her obituary, it had Aretha and her brother and sisters as her brothers and sisters. So that is not ladies and gentlemen. That is not it's the truth. The reason why when Aretha got pregnant, when she was 12, it's the reason that it was always said that they thought that the father of her first child was her father. Now, how many people get that claim as when you got pregnant, they said it was your father? I mean, she named him after him. Now, we don't know that. Only a DNA could tell if that's true or not, because in one of the handwritten wills that was found after Aretha Franklin died, it did state that father was the same as the second child, who she had at 14. They had the same father. This preacher who was named the man with $1 million voice, and he was very well known in the gospel community. Controversy over his death. Some people said that it was originally said that someone didn't know he was in there and they were going to rob him, but they found out he was in there and they shot him. Well, this story did not support that theory. Then there's another theory, allegedly, that Cecil Franklin had large sums of money in the home, and that he was shot in the groin. It wasn't a burglary. Whoever did this, they were coming to, kill him, for something or rather another. And on the documentary, it did show it wasn't a robbery. This person was watching him, knew he was in the house, and came in and shot him. Didn't ramble, try to get anything, because, when after the police got there, they said that no money was missing, and he had large sum, I think like $10,000 in there, and whole closet of porno. Put any of that in there. They should be glad that that's all they put in there about C.L. Franklin. And they also showed where it was said that because of Aretha's father, that he put her on a silver platter she could have and do whatever she wanted, which that came out when she took the gig from her baby sister, Carolyn. Curtis Mayfield wanted Carolyn to do the soundtrack for Sparkle, the movie Sparkle, and Aretha found out, and she took it from her, which he had originally offered it to Aretha. Aretha turned it down. Then when Carolyn told her that she had it, she went behind Carolyn's back, took that gig. And that was in one of the stories that videos that I did on Carolyn Franklin, standing in the shadows of Aretha Franklin. And also her sister Irma had a short-lived music career as Carolyn, but it didn't go anywhere. Everything was C.L. Franklin put everything on Aretha, and he wanted her career soar, which it did. The family, because they didn't talk with them, that they thought that all this negativity was going to be shown in this movie, which, it wasn't. They tapped on a little bit of it. They didn't tap in on where the mother went and why, and about the 13-year-old, 12-year-old church member who got pregnant. So I think they did good. David Ritz did her first autobiography. He talked with her sisters, friends, Clive Davis of Atlantic Records. So he, on his personal note, did what Aretha wanted, put in there what Aretha wanted, but he had got all this information of all the other stuff that Aretha never wanted you to know, even the fuse with other entertainers. Like it said that she was a drama queen, but and her drinking and her lust for men and her having these children and letting her grandmother raise them and all of that. So I mean, hey, I like the movie Genius, and So, by them saying when you didn't talk to the sons, I mean, they didn't have to talk to the sons. I mean, hey, look, they already had this information. They didn't know their mother. How could they tell about their mother in the 60s and 70s? I mean, they were just kids. They were just children. It's sad to me, Aretha, she went through so much in her life, and she looked like she was always sad, and through all the men that she went with, and it seems like she never found her true love, and this guy she had been with for the last part of her life, they were going to get married. The engagement was announced and wedding, but she called it off at the last minute. So, I mean, you can look at her life and say, wow, Aretha had it all. But at what cost? What did she have to sacrifice to become Aretha, the Queen of Soul, Aretha, the superstar? Wow. Mm. But as far as the Genius series, I did enjoy it. I think it was tasteful. It did not show Aretha in a bad light, nor her father. So, what do you think? That's my perspective of it. Want to hear what yours is? Just press that comment button and we shall discuss. All right, guys. Sorry I was so long winded on this one. All right. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always important, be blessed, y'all. Bye.